Well, hello everyone, and here we are again. Welcome back to the Football Overseas YouTube channel, and welcome back to another round of La Liga predictions for this forthcoming weekend. But there's only one place to start this preview review, and that's going back to last Saturday night with El Clasico at the Bernabéu. Well, I don't think anyone really predicted such a landslide win, really, for Barcelona, and indeed no one would have predicted it at half-time. But as we all know, I'm sure, Barcelona running out incredible 4-0 winners against their nearest rivals in the league table, and opening up a 6-point gap. It was just 2 goals just after half-time, in quick succession, put them on their way, and they never looked back, and Real Madrid never had the sort of motivation, not the motivation, but the will to recover. Barcelona ran out easy winners in the end. But what a first El Clasico that was. So that dealt with the top of the table quite easily. Barcelona extending their incredible start to the season to 6 points over Real Madrid. And then it's 9 points and 10 points now over the 3rd and 4th place teams, Villarreal and Atletico Madrid. Not a great weekend for the Madrid teams because they both lost their unbeaten records. Atletico Madrid surprisingly losing to Real Betis by a goal to nil. So they've lost their unbeaten record. Real Madrid lost their unbeaten record, so it's the top section now is starting to take shape, and the middle section, it's all to play for. Although there is now starting to be a spread within that area of the table as well. 8 points now between 7th and 17th, which there wasn't. That doesn't sound great. Much over 10 places in the table, but it has just starting to spread out now a little bit. So teams have got to be wary of losing touch with teams above them if they're not careful. However, that's where we are after game week 11. We go into game week 12. So a significant part of the season now is done. A third of the season is done and dusted just about. So we start then on Friday night. Deportivo Alaves are taking on Mallorca. Now, contrasting fortunes for these two sides. Mallorca having a really good season, strong season, at the top of the table in 7th place. 4 wins in the last 7. They drew last time out against Athletic Club, but 0-0. So again, that was a good hard-earned point for them. And Deportivo Alaves have completely gone off a cliff with their form. It's 5 losses on the bounce now, and they're really sinking like a stone on just the 10 points. But they are losing games, and they lost again, obviously at the weekend, against Real Madrid by 1-0. So I think they will stop the slide being at home, but they'll need to very soon. And Mallorca will go their confidence, probably give themselves a good account of themselves without a doubt. But I'm going to say it's a scoring draw there. I'm going to go Deportivo Alaves 2, Mallorca 2 in the first game to get us underway this weekend. Then we go into the batch of Saturday matches, starting with Osasuna against Real Madrid. And Osasuna got their winning ways back. They beat Real Sociedad by a couple of goals to 0. So they needed to do that because they just started to waver a little bit after that incredible win. They only seem so far to get any points from Barcelona, of course. So Osasuna still have that sort of notch on the season for them, and they're taking on Real Madrid, who are struggling a little bit at the bottom, second bottom of the table. 4 defeats in 5, and are finding the life in the top league a little bit tricky at the moment. But there is plenty of time to put things right. But I think Osasuna's getting back to winning ways. They'll back that up with a 2-1 win, a narrow win over Real Madrid. So it's Osasuna 2, Real Madrid 1. Then the next game on the Saturday is Girona against Leganes. And Leganes just starting to pick a few points up now. They needed a win, which they got last weekend, having had 3 draws out of 4. And they had a very good win against Celta de Vigo at home. So that was a good notch for them as well. Got them out of that relegation area in the table. And they're starting to make their mark, possibly now in the top tier. Girona not really living up to their billing that they did last season. It was a difficult act to follow, I guess. A couple of defeats on the trot now, and losing to Las Palmas as well will be disappointing for them. 1-0 it was. So I think Girona, unfortunately, will stumble again this coming weekend. I think Leganes just finding their feet, as I say, going there with confidence, and will take the points. So I'm going to take Girona 1, Leganes 2. Then Saturday afternoon or early evening, it's Villarreal against Real Madrid. And Villarreal picking up a 2-1 win against Real Madrid, and Real Madrid picking up a 1-0 win over the ailing Deportivo Alaves. So I think here Villarreal are sitting nicely in 3rd place behind the top 2. Just lost a couple of games. Did have a little wobble with a loss and a draw, but they picked up, as I say, a decent win at the weekend. And I think they'll have another decent win this weekend to back that up. So I'm going to take Villarreal to home advantage, to use their home advantage, and see off Real Vallecano by 3-1. Then we have Valencia, who have got the unenviable task of trying to quell Real Madrid, who will be smarting, to say the least, after the events of last Saturday night. But putting all that to one side, and I'm sure they will, they've got to get back on track straight away, back on the horse, as we say, and get the points back on the board quickly, just in case Barcelona get a little bit overconfident with life at the top. But at the moment, it really is not a one-horse race, but if they pull away much more, it will be starting to be that. But 6 points is certainly gettable, and Real Madrid will believe as long as it's within a decent gettable margin. Valencia struggling, as we know, strangely strangely for me, at the bottom of the table. 3 draws, 2 losses in the last 5. So they have on a hiding to nothing, really. They're free hit, really. Free hit, go there and just go play the match without much fear. They've got nothing to lose, but I think they will. I'm going to take Valencia to lose by 3-0 in a sort of revitalised Real Madrid. So that completes the Saturday programme. Excuse me, takes us into Sunday. First up on Sunday, it's Atletico Madrid against Las Palmas. And Atletico Madrid slipped up, as I say. First defeat in 11 matches, and that was at the hands of Real Betis. And Las Palmas have had a couple of wins on the trot now and have just started to wave their flag a little bit, and have moved up to 9 points, which is now within touching distance of those sort of lower middle table teams. So they'll be feeling good about life. But I think Atletico Madrid will again be another Madrid team smarting from their first defeat, and they will, I think, comfortably put Las Palmas away. But it won't be easy, because Las Palmas will be going there, as I say, confident. Again, it's another one of those what I call free hit situations. Nothing to lose. Everyone's expecting them probably to lose. So why not just go there and do what you can? And don't think too much about it. Just go there and play. So Atletico Madrid 3, Las Palmas 1, I do believe. But you just never know, do you? And we've been full of surprises in recent weeks. Then we come to Barcelona. Barcelona, who have playing home to Espanyol, and Espanyol, you just feel are going to get almost like the back end of the celebrations from last weekend for Barcelona in front of their home fans. Espanyol 5 defeats in 6. It's the proverbial put your house on it if you want to have a little wager on Barcelona, I guess. It's not when, it's how many possibly. But you never know in football. That's why we watch every week. And but I am going to take Barcelona to just see see Espanyol away. So I'm going to take them to win by 4-1. So Barcelona 4, Espanyol 1. 3 games to go. The first of those is Sevilla against Real Sociedad on Sunday early afternoon, and they're Sevilla against Real Sociedad. Sevilla, they turned over Espanyol, and they are sitting just above halfway, quite nice, or just exactly halfway, 10th out of 20th, obviously. So they're sitting nicely, no strife for them. And Real Sociedad had a defeat, as we said, against Osasuna, so they're wanting to put that right. Again, they're nestling in that mid-table group, a few points behind Sevilla, though. So I think this one will play out to be a draw. I think these two will just battle it out. Mid-table teams at the moment. Probably both will be happy just to notch another point on the board. Although Sevilla, being at home, will want to make that count possibly. But I'm going to take it to be a 1-each draw. 2 to go, and it's Athletic Club against Real Betis next. And Athletic Club just sticking around in 5th place at the moment on 18 points, on a cluster of teams on 18 points, I should add, 4 of them. And they, on goal difference, are the top of that group, the top of that cluster. And Real Betis, who had that surprise home win, well, I say surprise home win, it was a good home win against Atletico Madrid, putting the first loss in the Real Madrid league table. So I think these two teams will be feeling pretty good about life at the moment. So I'm going to take them to go there and have an entertaining draw. I'm going to give it Athletic Club 2, Real Betis 2. And finally on the Monday, the final match of game week 12, we have Celta de Vigo against Getafe. And Celta de Vigo, I think, will just edge it. Again, mid-table, but they're in the sort of region where they need to connect again. They have lost 4 of their last 6 matches, so they need to dig in here a little bit. And Getafe only won the 1 game so far, 3 draws on the trot, so following that win. So you could argue, I suppose, that they're on a little bit of an unbeaten trot, which is good for them. That breeds a bit of confidence. They've only lost 3 times. It's those 7 draws, you know what I won't like about draws. It's those 7 draws that have cost them points, really. When you've got a record like that, 1-1, drawn 7, lost 3, the draws don't do you many favours, because that's still 14 dropped points. However, they know all of that, and they will be looking to put that right. But I think Celta de Vigo at home will want to shake that Leganes 3-0 loss out of their system. That was quite a not losing wasn't the shock, but the margin of victory was quite, very comfortable for Leganes on last weekend. So I think they will regroup a little bit and be hard to beat, and they might just nick this match by the odd goal. So I'm going to take Celta de Vigo 1, Getafe 0 on Monday evening. That is it for game week 12. Can Barcelona be held back? Are we going to hang on? Is anyone going to hang on to their shirt tails as they sort of almost start to disappear into the distance? We hope not. We want a competitive league, and a competitive league all the way through. I mean, we want the real rewards at the top to be battled out for as long as possible. But we shall see. Barcelona looking as strong as any team has for a long time. This stage of the season, making their mark. And they certainly made that mark last Saturday night. Incredible result, incredible match. So there we have it. Looking forward to another thrills and spills La Liga weekend. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your friends about the channel. There's plenty going on besides the predictions. So please keep in touch with all that goes on on football overseas. That's it from me, from La Liga. I will, if my throat survives, I will see you all again very soon. Have a great weekend and enjoy the football.